In this video, you learn about data dictionary views that are used to query information such as owner of table, constraints created by a user, data type of a column, etc. You also learn to query data dictionary views using SQL. Consider a scenario where you and your team of developers are currently developing and maintaining Aura IT's database. So, at some point in time, you as a team leader want to alter the employees table by dropping or adding a column. Before altering the table, you want to check with the owner of the table and discuss the effects of the change. You also want to add a new department into the departments table. Before inserting new values into the table, you need to know the various constraints on the table so that they are not violated. How would you keep track of all this information? The good news is that you need not maintain any other document or table to store such information. All you need to do is query the data dictionary. What is data dictionary? You create tables such as employees to store business data. These tables are called user tables. Along with user tables, there is another collection of tables and views in the Oracle database known as the data dictionary. This collection is created and maintained by the Oracle server and contains information about the database. You use SQL statements to access the data dictionary. Remember that the data dictionary is read-only and therefore you can only query its tables and views. The data dictionary consists of set of views. A view is a logical table based on one or more tables. In many cases, a set consists of three views containing similar information and distinguished from each other by their prefixes. For example, there is a view named user_objects, another named all_objects, and a third named dba_objects. These three views contain similar information about objects in the database except for the scope. User_objects contains information about objects that you own or you created. All_objects contains information about all objects to which you have access. dba_objects contains information about all objects that are owned by all users. There is also a set of views that is prefixed with $. These views are dynamic in nature and hold information about performance. To familiarize yourself with the dictionary views, you can use the dictionary view named Dictionary. It contains the name and short description of each dictionary view to which you have access. To gain access to all dictionary views, you must be granted the Select Any Dictionary privilege. You can write queries to search for information about a particular view name, or you can search the comments column for a word or a phrase. For example, observe the select statement displayed on the screen. The statement retrieves the dictionary view name and comments associated with user_objects. Let's go ahead and query some data dictionary views. You can use the user_tables view to obtain the names of all your tables. In addition to providing the table name, user_tables contains detailed information about the storage. You can also query all_tables view to see a listing of all tables to which you have access. Although the user tables view provides information about your table names and storage, you will find detailed column information in the user_tab_columns view. This view contains information such as column names, column data types, length of data types, precision and scale for number columns, whether nulls are allowed, that is there a not null constraint on the column, and default value. To know more, refer to the link in the description. You can query the User tab Columns view to find detailed information about the columns in your table. The query displays the columns, data types, data lengths, and null constraints for the employees table. Note that this information is similar to the output from the describe command. While developing the HR application, you may have created a number of constraints on the various tables. Using the User Constraints view, you can find out all the information about your constraints. You can find out the name of your constraints, the type of constraint, the table name to which the constraint applies, the condition for check constraints, foreign key constraint information, deletion rule for foreign key constraints, the status, and many other types of information about your constraints. To know more, refer to the link in the description. Let's query User Constraints view, which contains information about all the constraints created by the user. Observe the result. The User Constraints view is queried to find the names, types, check conditions, name of the unique constraint that the foreign key references, deletion rule for a foreign key, and status for constraints on the employees table. The constraint type can be check constraint on a table or not null, primary key, unique key, and referential integrity. The delete rule can be cascade. If the parent record is deleted, the child records are deleted too. Set null. If the parent record is deleted, change the respective child record to null. No action. A parent record can be deleted only if no child records exist. The status can be enabled, constraint is active, disabled, constraint is made inactive. If you further want to find out the names of the columns to which a constraint applies, you can query the user_cons_columns dictionary view. This view tells you the name of the owner of a constraint, the name of the constraint, the table that the constraint is on, the names of the columns with the constraint, and the original position of the column or attribute in the definition of the object. The query on the screen displays the constraint name and the name of the column to which it applies. Note that a constraint may apply to more than one column. Suppose a team of developers is working on common tables in the database. It is always a good practice to have a short description of tables or columns in the database. You can do this by adding comments up to 4000 bytes about a column, table, or a view using the comment statement. In the syntax, table name is the name of the table. Column is the name of the column in a table. Text is the text of the comment. For example, to add a comment to the employees table, you can write the SQL statement as shown. This statement adds a comment to the first name column in the employees table. You can view the comments through any of the following data dictionary views. For example, querying user_tab_comments displays the results as shown. In this video, you were introduced to data dictionary views. You also learned to query the data dictionary views for information such as owners of a database object, name and type of constraints, etc. Thank you for watching.